Astrology is a wonderful tool to use for self-awareness. Knowing and learning about astrology is extremely helpful to gain insight into yourself, others, and the world around you. I'm sure that you have all heard about the third eye and how an activated third eye is also a way to increase awareness. Today, I am going to talk about how to activate your third eye and how an activated third eye can change your perception of yourself and the world around you. A lot of people will view astrology and its symbolisms and its messages, and they struggle to connect with it and to understand it. This is completely understandable, as understanding spiritual tools such as astrology requires a sense of increased awareness of the spiritual world and the laws of nature and the universe. This spiritual awareness and ability to connect with and understand energies, messages, and symbolisms that is not part of the normal life and of physical understanding does require a person to have a third eye that is activated to some extent. Without an active third eye, a person cannot view and understand the underlying energies, messages, and symbolisms around them, and they will only feel connected to that which is part of our physical reality and our physical experience and nothing more. An unactivated third eye can lead to a person lacking spiritual awareness, compassion, empathy, and intuition. It's kind of like living in zombie mode. The third eye is also part of our 7 chakras. The third eye is the 6th chakra, which comes right below the crown chakra. The crown chakra is what brings all the information of the spiritual world, source, and the world around us into our being. Once it enters the crown chakra, it moves down into the third eye chakra. If the third eye chakra is closed and out of balance, this information is unable to pass through and it never reaches the person's consciousness. If the third eye chakra is active, this information can pass through into the third eye, allowing them to see and access the information sent to them through their crown chakra. This is why a closed third eye will cause a person to have limited consciousness, awareness, and spiritual knowledge and empathy. This goes even further. If the third eye is unable to take in the energy sent via the crown chakra, it is unable to reach the rest of the chakras, causing a person to live in a state of unbalanced energy where they experience disease, confusion, and negative emotions and experiences within their life. If the third eye is active and the energy can be passed through, it allows all the other chakras to receive vital energy, and the person will live in a positive state of being. Our body reacts to the energetic movement of our chakras, and when our chakras are out of alignment, we are out of alignment. The third eye is located in the center of your forehead. The third eye chakra is what rules over our intuition. Those who are highly aware and intuitive are able to sense other people's energies, the currents around them, and they have an increased awareness of themselves and the world around them when they have an active third eye. Those with an inactive third eye are unaware of themselves and others. They are unaware of the environment and the currents around them, and they lack compassion, empathy, and intuition. The third eye is responsible for our creative ability, our ability to use our imagination, and our ability to dream. People with very active third eyes have extrasensory perception and can be psychic in a sense. The most surefire way to tell if a person has an active third eye is by how often they dream and how vivid their dreams are. People who do not dream or who are unable to recall or remember their dreams likely have an unactivated third eye. If a person is unable to experience dreams, it is a sign that their third eye is closed and they are unable to see past the physical reality that is around them. It is said that our universe has 11 dimensions. On Earth, we are able to experience 3 of these 11 said dimensions. The 3 dimensions mainly consist of what we are able to comprehend with our 5 senses. When a person has an activated third eye, it is said that they can connect with or see the 4th dimension and possibly dimensions higher than that. When we are merely souls, we exist in higher dimensions that are not parts of the lower dimensions, which is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd dimensions that consists of the physical reality. When we get born into this physical world, we have an extremely active third eye, as we have just come from higher dimensions. A baby has an extremely active pineal gland, and that is why young children have such overly active imaginations and they never seem entirely physically present, such as what adults do. As a child grows older, their pineal gland's ability to excrete a substance known as dimethyltryptamine grows weaker, and this is why they become less imaginative and more focused on physical life. The more activated the third eye is, the more dimethyltryptamine the pineal gland will excrete, as our organs and our body reacts to the energetic state of our chakras. If the third eye chakra impacts the pineal gland, then an activated third eye will result in a more active pineal gland, such as with the heart chakra. And when the heart chakra is out of balance, we can experience heart problems and blood pressure problems. When we are children and babies, the physical world is confusing and we need to learn how to get used to it and how to live in it. When we are adults, the spiritual world is confusing and we need to learn how to get used to it and to figure out how we can live in it. Practicers of the Hindu religion wear bindis to symbolize their third eye. In ancient India, many statues had a third eye. It is said that ancient humans used to have 3 eyes. Their 2 main eyes to see into the physical world, and their third eye to see into the spiritual world and higher dimensions. Over time, we have lost our ability to see through this third eye, and we now only have our 2 main eyes that allow us to see into the physical reality only. Through this, our third eye is no longer physically visible, such as what it was in ancient times. However, this third eye is still in us. Due to it being such a mysterious part of ourselves, we don't even understand how to connect with it unless we possess the awareness of how to connect with our third eye. Many people live their entire life without even knowing that they have a third eye. When we have an active third eye, we can see the truth of what is being presented to us. Our memories, our experiences, our thoughts, and our beliefs cause us to not see the truth of what is around us. However, when the third eye is active, these memories, experiences, and thoughts that block us fall away, and we can connect with and view the truth, and we will have a heightened sense of awareness of the reality around us. Our 2 physical eyes let us see the world through these memories and these thoughts that we have. Therefore, when we look through our 2 physical eyes, it is not an accurate representation of what the truth is. That is why people with an inactive third eye are incredibly selfish and only view the world via their perspective. Our third eye lets us see the higher truth that is sent to us through the information around us, And we will have a deeper understanding and connection with life when our third eye is active. Those with an active third eye can see the physical world, but can view the higher meaning and truth to that which is being presented to them within this physical world. Our two physical eyes lets us see the world through these memories and thoughts that we have. Therefore, what we see is not an accurate representation of what the truth actually is when we look through our two physical eyes. That is why people with an inactive third eye can be incredibly selfish, and they only view the world via their perspective. They live in fear and in discontentment all their lives. Our third eye lets us see the higher truth that is sent to us through the information around us, and we will have a deeper understanding and connection with life when we have an active third eye. Those with an active third eye can see the physical world, but they can view the higher meaning and truth to that which is being presented to them within this physical world. Those with an active third eye seem to just know, and they just understand things that other people do not. This is because the information sent to them that enters via the crown chakra can efficiently move into the third eye and into the rest of their body. This allows a person to live life in a sense of heightened awareness with a lot of intuition. An open third eye will make you realize that we are not separate, that we are all one. Souls want to experience life in a physical form, so we incarnate into different bodies in order to have different unique experiences. We are all, in essence, from the source, which is one entity in itself, split up into millions of tiny entities which we know as souls. Once the third eye is open, you are able to experience life through the eyes of others, and this removes any notion of separation from others that you might have, and you can experience life, in essence, via the universal consciousness. This brings you a heightened level of awareness and understanding as you realize that you are literally everything and everyone around you. I've heard that people who have active third eyes experience time as going by much, much faster. Those who have inactive third eyes experience time as going by much slower. Before I get into how you can go about activating your third eye and strengthening your pineal gland, I do need to bring up the topic of pineal gland calcification. Over time, our pineal gland loses its optimal function through the process known as calcification. There are many reasons why the pineal gland can calcify, but it is mainly linked to lifestyle habits. As we age, our pineal glands become more calcified, with 40% of Americans experiencing pineal gland calcification by the age of 17. That means by the time almost half of us are nearly adults, our third eye is dysfunctional or completely inactive. To activate our pineal gland and third eye, we also need to go through a process known as pineal gland decalcification if our pineal gland is already calcified. This is part of why so many people get stuck in a system and they see no way out of it. Some people are even completely content with living a life with no meaning because they literally cannot see anything other than what is in front of them, as they have no third eye that allows them higher vision and imagination. Here's an interesting fact. The substance that calcifies the pineal gland is known as corpora arenaca. Its other term is brain sand, and it is composed of calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, magnesium phosphate, and ammonium phosphates. Recently, calcite deposits have been described as well. Yes, the gemstone calcite is growing in your brain. The most commonly known substance that increases pineal gland calcification is known as fluoride, as fluoride binds to calcium phosphate and calcium carbonates. This leads to deposits in your pineal gland. The process of opening up your third eye is not always a comfortable one. Many people will face a lot of inner resistance. However, the benefits that having an activated third eye can bring to you in this world to bring you understanding of yourself, others, and the world around you outweighs any uncomfortable feelings or experiences you might initially have. Now, how do we go about opening up our third eye? Number 1, eat food that is good for the third eye. These foods are cacao, organic grapes, eggplants, purple kale, all berries, sweet potatoes, salmon, avocado, honey, coconut oil, hemp. I will be making a fully comprehensive list for my Patreon supporters of all foods that are beneficial for the pineal gland, along with a guided meditation on how you can activate your third eye. Check out the link in the description below to my Patreon if you would like to find out more about this. Number 2, eat a healthy diet that consists of mainly raw food. A vegan or vegetarian diet is best, as animal products are laced with many hormones. The vaccines and inoculations they use on the animals remain in their flesh, and this consists of harmful substances that will likely impact you quite negatively when consumed. You will likely notice that the more active your third eye becomes, the more sensitive you become to junk food, and you are likely to develop food allergies and have adverse reactions to specific foods. A healthy third eye will lead you to become more attracted to healthy foods, as you are literally vibrating at such a high frequency that you are unable to ingest lower frequency foods. The next thing is, do not consume fluoride. If you drink tap water, see if it is possible to get a filter that will filter out the fluoride, otherwise get purified water. Avoid using fluoride toothpaste. Opt for natural toothpaste. Drink organic wine and grape juice. Most vineyards use a pesticide called cryolite that contains fluoride. Drinking inorganic wine and grape juice causes you to consume more fluoride. Use Himalayan salt if possible. Many salts contain fluoride and harmful metals. Sea salt is known to contain plastic due to the increasing problem with plastic pollution in our oceans. Plastics dissolve into microplastics, which are tiny plastic particles that also get included into our table salts. Avoid mechanically deboned meats. Most meats that are pulverized into a pulp form, like chicken nuggets, are made using a mechanical deboning process. This mechanical deboning process increases the quantity of fluoride-laden bone particles in the meats. As a result, mechanically deboned meat, such as chicken nuggets, contain higher levels of fluoride, which is why it is best avoided. Avoid green and black tea. These tea leaves are known to contain increased levels of fluoride. Do not use non-stick pans, because non-stick pans contain Teflon, which is known to increase the fluoride contents in food. Be mindful of which pharmaceuticals you take. Some pharmaceuticals such as Cipro, Celebrex, Flonase, Lexapro, Paxil, Prozac, and the list continues, contains fluoride or a chemical known as carbon fluorine. Use more lavender. Lavender is said to be an excellent herb to help activate the third eye. It produces calmness and it encourages the brain to reach the alpha and theta states. Meditate. When you close your two physical eyes, you do not see anything but darkness, and this helps to activate your third eye. Over time, the more you meditate, the more you will be able to see visions and have experience through your mind's eye, and this darkness will turn into images. During meditation, you can play around with different ohms, arms, and homes, and these sounds have different frequencies which can stimulate your third eye. Spend more time in nature. This will calm your mind. The more time you spend in nature, the more you will see the synchronicities and the patterns around you. Avoid smoking and drinking. Drinking alcohol damages your brain and causes reparation of the pineal gland to become extremely challenging. Cigarettes contain harmful chemicals that can also interfere with the pineal gland decalcification process and actually calcify your pineal gland even more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the third eye and how you can go about strengthening and activating your third eye. Like I said, I will be releasing an exclusive third eye activating meditation on my Patreon, so be sure to check that out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see some more astrology and spirituality videos, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you again next time. It's a well-known fact that creativity can reduce stress, increase focus, and promote problem-solving abilities. So I've been thinking of unique ways to help my viewers and supporters tap into their creative inner self. You probably think coloring books are just for kids, but you're wrong. They're a great creative outlet for busy adults who may not be the next Picasso, but who enjoy putting pen to paper to see what comes of it and to explore their creativity. I've recently launched the ultimately relaxing astrology coloring book, which is an adult coloring book designed to promote relaxation and focus. The book consists of 12 unique artworks inspired by geometry and mandalas, one for each zodiac sign. The book comes as a digital download for my Patreon supporters, which allows you to print as many copies as you'd like and color to your heart's content. Each image takes about an hour or two to complete. Here's the one I just finished. A Virgo woman inspired by the spirit of Africa. Check the link to my Patreon in the description below to get your coloring book.